regular meeting of the Mount Clemens Board of Education to order, please call the roll.
Mrs. Cahoon.
Here.
Ms. Hammond.
Here.
Dr. McFadden.
Here.
Mr. Shepherd.
Here.
Mr. Walker.
Here.
Mrs. Walker. Mr. Rickman.
Yes, here. Quorum has been established. Next on the agenda, Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next item on the agenda, citizens' comments. This is a portion of the meeting where the citizens of the Mount Clemens Community School District can address the board with your questions, comments, concerns. If you would like a response to your particular inquiry here, we ask that you fill out the form and turn it in to Ms. L. Also be mindful you have 3 minutes by which to make your inquiries. You may not receive a response this evening. Last but not least, we ask that you address all questions, comments, concerns to the chair. The agenda is now open for citizens' comments. Yeah, go to the microphone. You're on stage.
I have a concern about
Name and address, please.
Junia Querio, Querio. My address is 39 Lincoln Street, Mount Clemens.
Thank you.
I have a concern about students who are going into 6th grade who have reading deficiencies. And I wanted to know if there's any help for those kids once they get into 6th grade. So I don't know. Anybody can answer that question right now? After I talked to you, it didn't sound like there's anybody available for any help for 6th graders with reading deficiencies.
I don't, are you asking like interventions in addition to
Yes,
what's happening in the
intervention,
classroom? I don't know that, I do know that we have some intervention positions posted that we haven't got applicants for. Some para roles for not just 6th grade, but for all students. So there's a few para interventionist type of roles that are posted on our website, but we haven't filled those yet.
But you haven't had any response for anyone for 6th graders yet.
And they've been posted for some time now.
Well, I hope that we can put some effort into getting somebody for those kids.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. The agenda is still open for citizens' comments. Last call for citizens' comments. Hearing and seeing none, moving the agenda. Next on the agenda, agenda item 5, consent agenda. Under the consent agenda for this evening, item 5A, approval of the minutes. A1, the June 11th, 2025 Committee of the Whole work session. A2, approval of the May 21st, 2025 regular meeting. Item 5B, approval of bills for payment. B1, May bills for payment. Agenda item 5C, food service renewal contract. Agenda item 5D, fiscal year 2024-2025, approval of all budget amendments, Agenda item 5E, fiscal year 2025-2026, all proposed budget. Agenda item 5F, settlement of Batista versus Oris Spiking. Agenda item 5G, marketing mix for FY 2025-2026. Chair would entertain a motion relative to the consent agenda as written.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Moved by Member Walker to approve the consent agenda as presented? Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Member Shepherd. Any questions, comments, concerns regarding the motion on the floor? Again, I'd just like to say that we're, everything that we have in the consent agenda this evening, we talked about in detail at our work session last Wednesday. The two budgets were also under the consent agenda this evening. We have the public hearing for both those budgets prior to opening the regular meeting. So all these agenda items have been discussed in detail with the board on a couple of times. So that's why the board, feels comfortable with putting these items under consent agenda. Any other questions, comments, concerns regarding the motion on the floor? Hearing or seeing none, call the roll, please.
Mr. Walker,
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd,
Yes.
Mrs. Cahoon,
Yes.
Ms. Hammond,
Yes.
Dr. McFadden,
Yes.
Mr. Rickman.
Yes, motion carries. Item 6, under information items, this evening, 6, the Business Committee, 6A. Are there any questions on the financial reports? Any questions regarding agenda item 6B, contract listings? Hearing or seeing none, moving the agenda forward to item 7, superintendent's comments. Mr. Superintendent.
Yes, sir. Good evening again, board, staff, and community. Thank you for being here tonight. I don't have much, just a few things and people we wanted to acknowledge. I'm sure I'm going to forget somebody and something great that took place, and Mr. Walker is going to steal my thunder and share it. So, but I think I'm going to beat him to it this time. We just feels good to end another great year. There was a lot of growth, a lot of great things that have happened overall in our district. We're just feeling really good about going into next year with a positive momentum in all aspects. I feel like we've done a really great job this year. Our staff in both buildings have done a good job of getting the climate and culture in order. And as you know, we brought on Dr. Lewis to really start focusing on that curriculum and instruction. So we're looking forward to that impact in that classroom and the academic side of things. With that being said, we've gotten a head start this year. We've gotten jobs posted a lot earlier. We've been doing interviews like crazy, which kind of contributed to a little delay in you all getting some things before last night with our new structure at HR and finance. But we've been interviewing like crazy. So a lot of great, highly qualified, certified candidates, teachers in both buildings, both levels. So we won't jinx ourselves, and just looking forward to some of those people who have already joined the team. And we're really excited about next year. So it's been a great year, a lot of great things happening, and I'll share a few of those. We wanted to just acknowledge all the staff that came out and volunteers and everyone who contributed to our promotional ceremonies, our graduations. They were all beautiful. As most of you all know, the graduation in the historical auditorium still feels good. Still get chills looking back at pictures, and that night was just beautiful. It was awesome to pack that place. Next year we said we got to have to open the balcony. There was a lot of positive feedback from families, and the students felt just special, and it was just a special day, a special night. So the high school staff and that committee that really worked on that, planning that the whole year, our facilities team that helped get that place in order and everyone who made that night special. We want to acknowledge them and appreciate them in our building leadership who made sure there weren't barriers in the way of those things happening, and again, facilities for really turning that auditorium around so quickly. We also had our kindergartners had their graduation there, which was amazing as well. Just going from seeing the high school kids to seeing the babies walk across the stage, and me praying that no one tries to jump off into the pit. Like, somebody get the guard here. Was special. 8th grade promotion, honors assembly, 5th grade graduation. It was a beautiful time in Mount Clemens Community Schools, and it's been a great year. I had a teacher come to me who's been here for a long time and said, "Wow, I feel good not having to have police outside on the last day of school. Kids just dismissed, went home without incident, and knock on wood, pray, whatever you do." But it was a peaceful end of the year, and we got a lot of things ready to go, and looking forward to next year. So thank you to both buildings, all the staff, all the people who put in the hours in the meetings and the committees to make those special days, those special moments for our students. We're excited about, we talked about enrollment a little bit earlier. I talked to our pupil accounting person earlier today, Mr. Pittman. He has 17 new enrollment packets on his desk right now. We haven't even started really pushing our marketing. So the marketing of doing right by our students in this community and families is starting to gain some momentum of its own. So we're really hopeful for what that's going to look like once we really start pushing into the summer. So, and shout out to Mr. Pittman for getting those things going. Mural dedication, and you all may know that, so the Anton Art Museum, we partnered with them, and they were working with our students on a mural in the hallway right outside. Before you leave, if you haven't seen it, they finished it. On the way out the door, the first hallway, stairwell going upstairs. If you peek in there, you can see it on the wall. And so it's also pretty cool because it's a decal, if I'm not mistaken, where it can be taken down and placed somewhere else if we need to do that. And they worked on that throughout the year with the Anton Art Museum. We partnered with them. They came in, our students put in work and designed it, brought it to life. And then unbeknownst to myself and our principal, the Anton Art Museum invited some local community leaders and politicians to the ribbon cutting. We thought it was just going to be our students. And so we had Mark Hackle here, Mayor Kropp, and Commissioner McGarity came out. Any other dignitarians, politicians or dignitarians?
Some other commissioners.
And maybe some other commissioners. So forgive me, I don't remember everyone's name. But it was really nice. I'll send you all some pictures. I didn't want to go because I wasn't planning for that, or I would have invited you all there as well. And if you see the pictures and you see me in a T-shirt and jogging pants and mules, you know why. Miss L made me go participate, but I would have represented us a little neater. But it was awesome for our kids. The fact that they came back to do that, and they're done with school and have that moment, just let you know how special it was. Summer school, we're really excited about our numbers. Right now we have 168, about 70 enrolled, secondary and elementary. That's probably almost 70 more than what we had this time last year. Some of the things we did to be intentional was that we also got a head start on marketing that to our families and community. Getting that out to our families earlier in the year, flyers, and recruiting those kids, in addition to what we think is contributing to largely contributing to the impact is in the past we had a longer gap between the end of the school year and summer school starting, and things happen. People start making plans and doing things, and it's hard to get kids back after I think about 3 weeks, almost a month, and then summer school. So they had this week off. Summer school starts next week. So we're hopeful that 170 show up, if not more.
So, I have a question going on.
Yep, go ahead.
And I know you can't make it mandatory, but
Yeah.
Was there any extra emphasis or push from anybody to parents and students for those students that were behind?
Yeah. Secondary especially. We began our intervention this year, as you all know, with trying to target those students that are at risk for dropping out or falling behind. So we put emphasis in meetings with their parents, and that was a piece that was offered as an opportunity to try to close some of those gaps that they may have had. And, so all those things we are hopeful and believe have contributed to increased enrollment. So yeah, definitely for secondary for sure. High school, elementary, it's a little I'm not gonna say easier, but parents are looking for something for their kids to do. So, yep. Mrs. McNeely at the Seminole wanted me to give you a special shout out to Miss Johnson, our PE teacher over there, who did an excellent job facilitating and putting together field day. That was a huge success for our kids. Golf outing. The flyer is out there now, the corrected flyer. Thank you for everybody who gave me feedback on the wrong flyer going out. I think Ms. Cahoon emailed me and said, where did they register? Because we posted the wrong flyer without the registration piece on there. So we took it down and got it back out. It's going to be September 12th. It's going to be a great weekend. We, in collaboration with the All Alumni group, we've been meeting with them. That is the same day. The golf outing is the morning of the Rec Bowl All Alumni event of September 12th. So we're hoping that's going to be like the kickoff for alumni. And as you know, one of our goals is try to build that bridge back, collaborating with our alumni. And so that'll be the kickoff to the All Alumni event at the Rec Bowl. And then Mr. Pittman, our athletic director, has coordinated a football game the next day. So the following Saturday, usually there wasn't anything. And so there's going to be, I believe, a 1 o'clock football game. So we'll have a tailgate, tour the buildings, and then into a football game. So the alumni feel like that's going to be a huge draw for people coming back in town, have a whole weekend of events. So we're looking forward to that. So mark your calendar, September 12th, golf outing at Rambler Golf Club. As you all know, if you live in this community or shoot anywhere in Michigan right now, the rain today, floodwaters were crazy. So, yeah, I know. So, hopeful, just praying for our families that may have been affected in their homes. But we've had some issues in the buildings ourselves. And if you've seen some trucks outside, we're draining a lot of water from our building here. Washington, Seminole's pretty solid. Yeah, so we've been affected as well. We just hope that our families and everyone is safe and their things are good. Last but not least, we're just very proud of our graduation rate. We have 51 seniors. 50 of those seniors were 4-year seniors. And out of the 50 of our 4-year seniors, and then that's how they do graduation rates. They do like a 4-year, 5-year, depending on how long it took a kid to graduate. We only had one kid that was not a 4-year senior. So so we had 54-year seniors and 49 of them graduated. But we also got a 5th-year senior to finish and graduate. So we got one kid that is going to hopefully finish this summer. And I know there's been a lot of narratives and different stories about graduation rates. And we surpassed the state average. Some people say, well, it was only 51 kids. It doesn't matter. It's the percentage, right? And if it was 100, we'd have had 99. So that's my belief. And we're just very proud of the team. We were really, and you all were really adamant about that. And so I was, and so our building leadership was, and our counselor was adamant about, catching those kids early on in that safety net and doing those check-ins. So there were that dropout intervention, prevention that our counselor met with those kids that were at risk and their parents early on, putting plans in place to try to, catch them. But we're very proud of that and very proud of our kids. It's been a great year, and they work really hard. So kudos to all the teachers, all of the staff, everyone who, made sure those babies got across that stage and started off their next chapter in their lives. And that's all of our success. I tell the staff this all the time, and that's why I'd like for our whole staff to be at the graduation. I don't care if you're in finance and central office. Everything that we do, from budget to my assistant to board secretary, everything we do is for that in this field, is to get kids across that stage. And so that's all of our success. And it's imperative that everyone sees that, feels that, and is a part of that. Because sometimes when you're not touching kids on a regular, you may forget what the whole goal is, what the purpose is, and that's the purpose. And so we're proud, and you all should be proud too. And because of you, clearing the way and making sure that, there were no barriers to getting those kids across the stage. They did it, and we look forward to next year. And those are my comments.
Thank you, Mr. Superintendent. Before we go to item 8, there was an oversight on my behalf on the agenda. There should have been an agenda item.
Oh, I got something. I got to acknowledge something else. I'm sorry. I did the Dr. McFadden. I will be remiss because I would be remiss. We want to acknowledge, I want to acknowledge on behalf of our district, I want to acknowledge Coach Wallace and his wife, Mrs. Wallace. They give out scholarships every year. Usually it's like $1,000 scholarship. This year they gave out $8,000. They gave $4,000 to Cheyenne Jefferson, $2,000 to Sharia Johnson, and $2,000 to Jalea Steele. So if you're watching or you watch this video, Mr. and Mrs. Wallace, Coach Wallace, that was on behalf of their business, the Wallace Properties, and we just really appreciate that. And they didn't get the proper acknowledgement during ceremonies, and so I wanted to just do my due diligence and deliver that sincere appreciation. And that doesn't do half of it with the amount of time and effort and other funding they bring to us and put into our kids through track throughout the year. So to the Wallace family, thank you very much. You're appreciated, and our kids appreciate you, and you make Mount Clemens a better place. Okay. I'm good.
Sure, Doc. I'd like to move that the board hold a special board meeting Wednesday, June the 25th Wednesday, June the 25th, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. for the purpose of the superintendent's evaluation. Is there a second?
Support.
Moved by Member Rickman, second by Member Walker. Any questions, comments, concerns on the motion on the floor? And it will be here in this second. Hearing and seeing none, call the roll, please.
Mr. Rickman,
Yes.
Mr. Walker,
Yes.
Mrs. Cahoon,
Yes.
Ms. Hammond,
Yes.
Dr. McFadden,
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd.
Yes.
Motion carries. Agenda 8, board comments. Ms. Hammond,
Are you
what, did I miss something?
board retreat?
Oh, that's under the superintendent.
Oh. We talked about that at the workshop.
Yeah.
I was done, but we talked about that. You're making me talk. I didn't choose this.
I got it.
There's really nothing to update. We talked about this at the workshop last week.
The
Mr.
date
Rickman and I are talking about date. What's the date?
8 and 9.
8th and 9th. You all are aware of that. Ms. L has been in communication. We still haven't decided location yet, but to be determined. But we're working on that and topics. So more information to come.
Now, Member Hammond.
Thank you, President Whitman. I just want to say congratulations to the senior class of 2025. That's all I have.
Thank you. Mrs. Cahoon.
Just have a great summer. Thank you to the Wallace family for their donation to the kids. And just have a great summer. Thank you, faculty.
Thank you, Mrs. Cahoon. Mr. Walker.
Thank you. I'd like to thank all the staff from the district for your hard work this school year in getting us to the 98%, and just for your dedication and effort to the children that you serve every day in and outside the classroom. I'm looking forward to the golf outing, seeing how many people we can get to support. And also with the mural, if you see the picture, it's very eye-opening because it is a picture of Don Williams, who most of us know, who was a former student, class of 2020, who had a great impact on the whole student body during those years. Even myself as also a friend of his in many efforts in the community. And I'm just looking forward to what we have coming in supporting students and staff for the 25-26 school year. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Walker. Mr. Shepherd.
Pretty much echoing everything else everybody said. Congratulations, class 2025, and looking forward to a good summer. Hope everyone has a relaxing one and takes advantage of going to summer school if you need it, or even if you don't need it. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Shepherd. Dr. McFadden.
No comment.
Just keep going.
Keep going.
He's gonna be like
the man say something.
Then he's gonna be like you. I got you know. You sure?
I'm positive. No comment.
All right. I'd like to say, you know, sound like a broken record, but congratulations to the class of 2025. Outstanding efforts. It was at 98%. That's outstanding. Ironically, I sent that information over to the news reporter, and I said we had surpassed the state graduation rate. We were at 98%, and he immediately replied back, "How many students?" And I sent back, "That doesn't matter. We had 98% of our graduating seniors that graduated. So who knows how the article will be written, if it's written. But that's one of those success stories that never get the headlines and rarely gets the bylines. But let something negative happen, that's headlines in the newspaper. But you know, that's how it is. To the staff, to our support staff, to our administrative staff, congratulations on an outstanding, successful year. You can sort of exhale and take a break for a little while. But as we know, this work never stops. It's continual, but enjoy your time away. Do something fun, do something invigorating to recharge the batteries, because again, excuse me, this work never ends. Congratulations to the members of the Lady Bathers track team and the Battling Bathers track team that qualified and competed at the state meet. Outstanding performance by those scholar athletes and under the tutelage of Coach Wallace. So congratulations goes out to them. Enjoy your time away. It's summertime. Today was one of those anomalies. I had 2.5 inches of water, standing water in my basement that I have to go address after I leave this meeting. But enjoy the summer. Enjoy your time away. And hey, we'll be back at you. Those are my comments.
Move to adjourn.
Moved by Dr. McFadden,
Support.
seconded by Member Hammond. Call the roll, please.
Dr. McFadden?
Yes.
Ms. Hammond?
Yes.
Mrs. Cahoon?
Yes.
Mr. Shepherd?
Yes.
Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Mr. Rickman?
Yes, motion carries. Meeting's adjourned at 7:15 p.m. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.